Thanks for joining us, and today we're going to talk about Kriya Yoga and Shaktipata. So Shaktipata is the transmission of spiritual energy or potency, usually from a spiritual teacher or a guru or the divine to the spiritual aspirant. The term Shaktipata comes from the Sanskrit Shakti, which is energy or potency, and Pata, which is to descend or fall. Shaktipata can be transferred through touch, through a look, through a mantra, and is often associated with Diksha initiation. Shaktipata is considered as an aspect of anugraha, grace, and is something that cannot be forced by the spiritual aspirant. As Wallace notes in his Tantra Illuminated, the modern idea that Shaktipata is a force that is conferred solely by the guru is not found in the ancient traditions. Rather, Shaktipata is seen as exclusively coming from the divine, which sometimes uses the guru as a conduit. He further notes that this misunderstanding may be the conflation of two terms, Shaktipata, the spiritual descent, and Diksha initiation, and that Shaktipata can flow through any conduit, whereas Diksha is conferred solely by the guru or acharya, teacher. Shaktipata can have a variety of different manifestations, including physical sensations such as vibrations, tingling, or heat as the energy flows through the body. Shaktipata can also have the effect of the release of repressed emotions and the arising of emotional euphoria. It can also involve the arising of insight and intuition and a deep sense of spiritual connection. Shaktipata can also result in effortless meditation where one communes with one's internal deity or a mantra. Shaktipata can also result in significant paradigm shifts where one may challenge one's previously held view of reality. In Gurus of Modern Yoga, Andrea Jain describes an anonymous account of a young man who experienced Shaktipat at the hand of Swami Muktananda in 1974. I almost jumped when the peacock feathers firmly, but with soft weightiness, hit me repeatedly on the head, and then gently brushing my face, as Muktananda powerfully pressed one of his fingers into my forehead at a spot located just between my eyebrows. I'm honestly somewhat reluctant to write about what happened next because I know that whatever I say will inevitably diminish it, make it sound as if it were just another powerful experience. This is not an experience. This is the event of my spiritual life. It was full awakening. This wasn't knowing anything, because you only know something that is separate from you. This was being, the ultimate, a fountain of light, a dancing, ever-new source, utter freedom, utter joy, completely fulfilled, completely whole, no limits to my power and love and light. Shaktipata can also occur in different degrees, from the so-called super supreme grace, Tirva Shaktipata, which is the spontaneous and immediate realization, to the Manda Shaktipata, the inferior grace, where one experiences Shaktipata in times of distress or suffering. In ancient traditions, it was recognized that Shaktipata was essential before one encountered one's guru or spiritual teacher. For without the Shaktipata, one would be unable to recognize the value of the spiritual teachings. Madhyatirva Shaktipata occurs when a disciple receives this grace and then desires to have the instruction of a perfect guru, and within the lifetime becomes fully enlightened. From Murgendra Tantra, those embodied souls on whom Shakti descends for the cessation of their bondage show these signs: eagerness for liberation, aversion to remaining in the mundane world of delusion and suffering, samsara, devotion towards the devotees of God, faith in their teacher and rites. From the Swayambhuva Sutra Sangraha, the descent of power erodes the impurity of one's separate individuality, which is the cause of the cycle of suffering. When this has waned, the desire to go to the highest, unsurpassed beatitude arises. Having obtained a guide, a guru, who cuts his bondage by initiation, he attains identity with God, free from impurity and affliction. Shaktipata in Kriya Yoga can occur when one encounters a guru or acharya steeped in the tradition and tunes in with them. And if they are in a state of divine inspiration or communion, one may tap the source from which they are drawing and experience similar effects. Shaktipata can also occur in one's Kriya Yoga sadhana, where one's separate state of ego consciousness, ahamkara, falls away through deepening states of meditative absorption. If one is able to realize in meditation the ground of being in which all things arise, one may be more inclined to experience the spontaneous arising of Shaktipata in one's everyday experiences, which helps to recalibrate one's viewpoint to deepening levels of realization. In summary, Shaktipata as spiritual empowerment can happen through any conduit, including the guru, but is not limited to Diksha initiation alone. The effects of Shaktipata can range from physical sensations to a permanent paradigm shift. Although Shaktipata can occur in Kriya Yoga during initiation, Diksha, and one's practice, once one reaches a certain level of immersion in one's sadhana, Shaktipata can occur spontaneously at any time, helping to integrate and stabilize one's spiritual realization. So if you have any questions about this video, feel free to send me an email at info@modernkriya.com. Also check our website at modernkriya.com and our YouTube channel. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.